Hello, Insta Tribe. It's Melissa. Greetings from Ubud, Bali, Indonesia. We landed here last night. I want to share a quick little story about that. Traveling with your business, being a digital nomad, and I'm also doing live retreats and sessions here in Bali as well. So it's like digital nomad, and then traveling also with your 3.5-year-old. And your assistant / nanny, magic. She's like, what am I calling her? Marketing maven, marketing magician, and support whiz. Really, truly, so grateful to have Mia on our team. She's like become part of our family, and we just all flow really, really well together. And super, super grateful for that alignment. Such a gift. So anyway, we were coming from Nusa Dua. We've been on the beach on the coast for about a week while Mia went and did a visa run to the Philippines last weekend. She had the weekend off. And I took Sophie to this very kid-friendly beach resort in Nusa Dua, which was near the immigration office. We had to get our travel visas extended as well. So we just hung out at this great beach resort with a wonderful pool and incredible staff, and kind of a traditional beach resort with the beautiful beach right there. It was just super kid friendly, very easy, and it was really nice. And then I've noticed in traveling, like I get a little, there's always a transition when we travel to another place, another location, another hotel stay, villa, bed and breakfast, boutique hotel, whatever you want to call it, depends on where we are going. And we're in Ubud now. We were researching Ubud, and we've found all these places on Airbnb and the hotels, and there's just so much to choose from. There's so many amazing places. And I had a couple of recommendations, and those were booked. And, I just have to keep trusting my intuition on things, because we've had some great experiences and some not so great experiences when I didn't trust my intuition. In fact, we left the villa that I rented for the month because the air con, and there was just a lot of drama around the whole house and how it was being run and the staff, and, just wasn't up to par. And it was very, very hot where we were. So, if a place doesn't have proper AC and people are renting it out for profit, it's just really not okay. So we left. It's a different story. But so what's wonderful about that is, just a quick little lesson that I learned and was so reminded of, when you leave something that isn't in total alignment, it is so natural for the creative process. When you leave something, it opens up space for something even better to show up. Like, we would have never gone to this resort in Nusa Dua for a week where we just had total R&R, and Sophie got to play in the beach and the pool and the beach and the pool. We just went back and forth while I worked, and Mia and I worked, and we played, and there was a kid resort next door and a playground, and it just all flowed, right? Same with coming to Ubud. Like, we would have never found this magical place that we ended up in, and I want to tell a quick story about that. So I booked it at the last minute. I was kind of guided to do a hotel for a couple days just so that we could, get a sense of Ubud and find our bearings and stuff like that. Mia had been here before, but I had not. So, we came for a couple days when we first got to Bali, when we first landed here on the 31st of December, but we had jet lag, and then I went down south to lead my retreat. So I really didn't know. We have friends here, but I really didn't know. And my gut was like, let's just find a cool place that we can kind of get a sense, and we can book it for a couple days, and then we can move if we feel guided, or we can rent a villa, or we can, figure it out from there. Because sometimes you just don't know till you get there, right? Like, that's so Bali to me. It's like, you have to go with the flow. You have to trust where you're being guided. You have to surrender. And so we did, and there were all these places, and I was just overwhelmed. I couldn't make a decision. And finally, me and I talked, and we just chose this boutique hotel. It was like a 2-bedroom apartment. And so we we were kind of doing a powwow session for our team, and like 2020 kind of planning some things out at the beach resort. And then we decided, okay, we're going to go a little bit later and check into Ubud a little bit later and just still enjoy the beach and stuff. So we did, and we hopped in the car. Sophie fell asleep in the taxi on the way to Ubud. And it started to rain. The driver didn't know where he was going. He was a new taxi driver. My cellular data wasn't working. We couldn't find directions for this place. This happens a lot in Airbnbs. They'll list a place, but it's actually a bed and breakfast or a boutique hotel or something, and they'll list rooms, but they won't tell you what the hotel name is. So we couldn't find it. We had that same experience with the retreat, where we hosted the retreat at this yoga villa. And, so here we are in the middle of Ubud. It's like 7 o'clock at night. My child is sleeping in my lap. I can't get any cellular service on my phone. It's pouring down rain, I have no idea where we're going. And then I somehow got a glimpse of service and messaged the host and said, what is the name of the villa? Oh no, I think we called, maybe the driver called. We found the number and the driver called. And they said it's called, Eden Estate or something like that. All right, great. So I Google it first thing, and all these horrible reviews come up. I mean, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? What are we doing? Where am I being guided? Is this gonna happen again? All the stories. And then I just had to let go, right? I just had to let go. We finally found it, and it was like nestled in, the rain stopped, and it was nestled in the jungle in the middle of all these incredible rice fields. And of course it was dark, so we can't see that much, but what we can see was just magical. And look, all the villas have I feel like I'm almost like it's like Austin and Bali, all this great, or LA, all this great art, super kitschy and fun, very creative, kind of vintage, like mixed match of like modern and Balinesian art, and it's just beautiful, super inspiring, and super fun. We have a 2-bedroom apartment for us, very spacious. The AC works great. We have an outdoor bathroom, and there's 2 huge pools, an organic cafe. Everything is super reasonable and very lush. There's a gorgeous yoga shawl. It was just like magic. And I had, in my practices too, written out exactly what I wanted for our next stop. And here you go, it is. But the road to get there, right, was tricky. There was some, some signs that were like, ooh, maybe I didn't make the right decision, or it's not safe to trust yourself, right? And for a minute there, I was like, what the fuck, And then I was pleasantly surprised, because I just let go and trusted that we were going exactly where we needed to be. And it turned out incredible. And of course, I get it. People post bad reviews. I had a really shitty experience with our last villa. Everyone's going to have different experiences for different purposes, for different reasons. For me, it was really big to speak up and be like, you know what? This is not what we agreed to, and this is not what I paid for, and it's not okay. It's not acceptable, and to take the loss financially, because I know when I honor myself, it will always come back to me, right? Because abundance is a renewable resource. That's the other thing I wanted to mention about this place in particular. It wasn't super expensive, right? Like, there were a lot of really posh hotels in Ubud that we could have chosen from, but I kind of just picked something relatively reasonable on Airbnb, and it turned out to blow our mind, and that was so fun, and that's also the feminine view of abundance. It's not always about money. It's about beauty. It's about creativity. It's about inspiration, and it's about freedom. So trust that you are being guided, and trust that there is a higher force when you surrender to your soul, when you surrender to that magic, to trusting your gut, that you will be guided, and know that if something feels out of alignment, it probably is, and it's yours your responsibility to shift it. Yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention was I feel really called. I've had a lot of people asking me about the Ancestral Alchemy, which is clearing karmic patterns on the family line. So if you want to bring your masculine, feminine, energetic principle within into balance, into harmony, right? That means, so what does that look like? That means being able to have compassion for yourself, healing your inner mother wounds, healing your inner father wounds, right? Within and without. Really comes through in those ancestral patterns, and those patterns are consistent over the generations. And if you're watching this or you've been interested in my work, you're most likely being guided to break the cycles of pain, of trauma, of karmic patterning, of conditioning that is keeping you stuck from living in your full self-expression, from really claiming your soul's purpose. So many people, I feel like, that are blocked or in their business or don't know what they're here to do, or, you know, are not in the right relationship or not in the right career path, or feeling stuck or unappreciated or whatever it is, or having some physical illness that, you know, has been passed down. Whatever it is, you actually have the power to change that energetically from within yourself. It's all creative energy. Everything is energy. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I am a multidimensional energy healer. I'm not here to heal you. I'm here to activate your own multidimensionality, meaning your creative power through your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body, your energetic body, right? And we're going to clear those ancestral patterns on all the bodies. And we're going to do it fast. We're going to do it quickly. We're going to do it with your full self-expression, and we're going to make it fun. So if you'd like to join me, I'm doing a group with the power of this Leo moon, a group intensive. This is for men and women. It is a creative process, so you're going to want to have creative materials nearby. It's virtual. It's super affordable. We have payment plans available as well, and it's going to be Saturday evening, I think, in North America, and Sunday morning in Asia Pacific and Australia. So with the potency of this full moon, so that you can release the blocks, the trauma, the imprints, the limiting beliefs, all the crap that you're carrying that is not yours and not serving you, but is for you to transmute and evolve as a soul. So if this is resonating with you and you'd like to join me, check in my bio for the link or private message me for more info. I'd love to have you join us. This is sacred, alchemical, creative, shamanic art and ritual. It is super, super powerful, and you can claim your freedom from these patterns, and it's up to you to liberate yourself. Lots of love. I hope you join me. Bye for now.